For years, the rich and powerful trusted one man. His name was Jeffrey Epstein. He owned luxury homes, private planes, a private island. Presidents flew with him, princes partied with him, billionaires trusted him. But behind all that wealth was one of the darkest crimes in modern history. Epstein told people he was a financial genius. No one could clearly explain where his money came from. But what money gave him was power. Power to travel anywhere, power to invite anyone, power to silence victims. Teen girls were brought to his houses in New York, Florida, the Virgin Islands. They were promised money for massages, but many were abused instead. And once trapped, it was almost impossible to escape. Epstein didn't work alone. His closest partner was Ghislaine Maxwell. She acted like a friend to the girls, but behind the scenes, she recruited them, trained them, and brought them to Epstein. Victims later said she was sometimes in the room during abuse. In 2021, she was finally convicted and sent to prison. One of the earliest women to speak out was Maria Farmer. She reported Epstein in the 1990s. Her sister had also been abused. They went to the police, to the FBI, but nothing happened. For years, the system failed them. Epstein continued hurting more girls. In the 2000s, more victims came forward. One of the most famous was Virginia Giuffre. She said Epstein trafficked her to powerful men. Her courage forced the media to pay attention. Slowly, the truth began coming out. Epstein was arrested again in 2019. This time, the world was watching. Before Epstein could face full trial, he was found dead in his jail cell. Officials called it suicide, but many people still question it. The cameras failed, the guards were asleep, and the man who knew every secret was gone. To many, it felt like justice was stolen. Years later, courts released thousands of documents. These became known as the Epstein Files. Inside were names of powerful people connected to Epstein, including Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew. Important note, being named does not mean guilt, but witnesses placed them around Epstein and his homes. Prince Andrew later paid a large settlement and stepped back from royal duties. Some witnesses claim Epstein recorded people secretly, hidden cameras in rooms, private videos used as leverage. The theory? Epstein wasn't just abusing girls, he was collecting secrets. And secrets mean power. Epstein is dead, but many questions remain. Who helped him? Who protected him? Who stayed silent? The Epstein Files show one scary truth. Money can hide crimes, but not forever. And sometimes, the most dangerous criminals wear suits, not masks. The girls were powerless, but the truth was patient. Epstein owned a private island in the Caribbean. It was called Little St. James. Locals whispered about it for years. Planes landed often. Boats arrived late at night. Young girls were seen coming and going. Victims later said, this island was where the worst abuse happened. No police, no cameras from outside, no escape. It was the perfect prison hidden behind paradise. Epstein used three main tools: money, fear, and silence. Girls were paid after abuse. Some were told, if you talk, you'll go to jail. Others were threatened. Some were forced to bring new girls. This created a chain of control. Victims weren't just hurt, they were trapped. In the early 2000s, a journalist named Vicky Ward tried to expose Epstein. She interviewed victims. She followed the money. But when her story was about to be published, powerful pressure stopped it. Important parts were removed. Epstein walked free again. This delay allowed years of more abuse. In 2008, Epstein was arrested in Florida. But something unbelievable happened. Instead of a long prison sentence, he got a secret deal. He served just 13 months and was allowed to leave jail during the day. Many prosecutors later admitted this deal protected Epstein and protected others connected to him. Public outrage exploded years later when people learned the truth. Epstein wasn't just rich, he was connected. He met politicians, royal family members, Hollywood stars, business leaders. When police questioned him before, some officers were told to back off. Victims felt no one would believe them because Epstein was too powerful. This is how predators survive for years, not by hiding, but by standing in plain sight. After Epstein's arrest in 2019, more women came forward. Hundreds of stories, different cities, same pattern. Many said, "I thought I was the only one," but they weren't. Together, their voices became too loud to ignore. This forced the courts to release hidden documents, the Epstein Files. The files don't just list names. They show who visited Epstein, who flew on his planes, who stayed in his homes, who was around when abuse happened. Some are called witnesses, some are accused, some deny everything. But one truth is clear. Epstein was not acting alone. A network existed. Investigations by shows like 60 Minutes Australia uncovered shocking claims. Witnesses said hidden cameras were everywhere. Epstein recorded powerful guests. He kept videos in safes. The purpose? Blackmail, control, protection. If true, Epstein wasn't just a criminal, he was a collector of secrets. The night Epstein died, security cameras stopped working. Guards failed to check on him. This happened right before major testimony. Millions still ask, was it really suicide, or was someone making sure he never spoke? No clear answers exist. Epstein is gone, but the system that protected him is still here. The files are still being studied. More names may come out. More truths may rise. And victims are still waiting for real justice. Epstein didn't fall because of the law. He fell because victims refused to stay silent. And the files prove one thing. Power can delay justice,
the man at the center of it all was Jeffrey Epstein. But many witnesses now say Epstein didn't just abuse girls. He recorded everything. Hidden cameras were placed in bedrooms, in halls, even in private rooms. Powerful guests didn't know they were being filmed, or maybe some did. The blackmail's secret. Victims believe Epstein used these videos as protection. If someone tried to expose him, he had proof. Proof that could destroy reputations, careers, families, entire lives. This may be how he stayed free for so long. Powerful names in the files. Court documents mention famous people like Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew. They deny any crime, but witnesses say they were around Epstein's homes. The question is not just who was there, but who saw the abuse and stayed silent. Final chilling truth. Epstein didn't act alone. A system protected him. Money protected him. Silence protected him. Until the files were opened.